Away from the spotlight of politics and boardroom deals, the true heartbeat of change in Eastern Province pulses through workshops, sewing rooms, grain mills and oil plants, where hope is being shaped into progress, one effort at a time. Here, small and medium enterprises, once isolated and struggling, are transforming. They are improving, expanding and accelerating their businesses thanks to a bold partnership between the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development and the Japanese International Cooperation Agency JICA. Through the Joint Empowerment Program, entrepreneurs are embracing the Japanese Kaizen principles and building the future of Zambia's economy one innovation at a time. Across Eastern Province, from Chipata's trade corridors to Katete's workshops, from Petauke's processing plants to the farming fields of Nyimba town, change is taking root from one community to another. Chipata, the bustling commercial hub of Eastern Province, is a thriving center for entrepreneurship. Rooted in the spirit of continuous development, the Kaizen philosophy is taking hold in Chipata, transforming small businesses through simple but practical steps. In a joint partnership, JEP with the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development and JICA, the Kaizen Institute is changing how entrepreneurs think, work and grow using hands-on coaching and focus on local solutions.
When we train them in Kaizen, one of the skills they acquire is continuous improvement mindset change. They begin to regularly look at things differently, and in terms of businesses, they focus on small improvements. Apart from that, they also acquire skills in data-driven decision making to run their businesses. Apart from that, there is also teamwork and employee engagement. Apart from that, there is also networking opportunities for them which is created.
In a quiet corner of the bustling city, Nokamu Enterprise quietly thrives. It's a modest workshop buzzing with life. But the enterprise is not just producing garments, it's weaving a new business identity. With support from the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development and JICA, Nokamu was among 30 entrepreneurs selected to undergo capacity building in Kaizen principles. This has enabled the enterprise to put in place plans to expand the business. It is a bold move, and it is just the beginning.
At a time when we got onto this program, we had 34 employees, okay? As we speak now, we have 42 employees. Starting from December last year, or I should say way back October, because of the downturn in terms of machinery, our sales started going down. And with the fix through Kaizen program, we were able to bring back some of the machines that were identified, give them life. And so our sales again started growing. If I have to be specific, giving you figures, our sales in January, our turnover was around 160,000, somewhere there, as actual cash sales. But if we say we add the actual turnover, it was around 220, somewhere there. As at May, our turnover was around 586,000 kwacha. So this again is a fact that with the knowledge we have gained and applying it appropriately or correctly with the team by identifying areas of weakness themselves as a team and applying themselves correctly, we have been able to push the figures or the sales on the upward trajectory. It would be mischievous of me not to credit this achievement to the training that we went through, because it helped us to identify certain areas that we were not doing well. For example, this program exposed us to networking and also seeing what others are able to do with the very services that we are providing to the general public. And out of it, there's a unit we are calling fashion and design, which has been born out of the exposure through this program. We never had it. And this alone has provided 6 permanent employees. This, where we are standing right now, it will be housing 3,600 layers. Okay, so that translates to us picking around 114 trays per day. And if we are to do mathematics, you know how much a tray is going at. So that is one of our growth target in the immediate future. So we intend to actually implement at the same time the manufacturing of our own feed in order to reduce the cost of production.
In Katete, Njati Business Systems is not only feeding the community, but also refining the way the business operates. With Kaizen, Njati discovered how to cut waste, clear the path of bottlenecks, and focus on performance, proving that even small steps can spark big success.
Njati Business Systems Limited, even before it was called Njati Business Systems Limited, started in somewhere 2007. Yes, and it all started with a butchery and a bakery. Yes, and later on, hammer mills were introduced, and with innovation, that's when this plant was also introduced. Started processing these grain products. Yeah. So with the Kaizen, there's quite a lot that was shared with us. Like talking about human resource, how to manage human resource, and also financial resources also. And so it went deeper when we attended the Start Your Business, the Improve Your Business, those seminars here. So I would say that there's been a difference in that there was that knowledge of bookkeeping, how to manage your finances, how to, divert, not just to be concentrating on one thing. Instead, you have to be diverse.
Subs Agro General Dealers in Petauke has taken a different route, transforming grain into a dual income venture.
We need to hit 15 million as our turnover. We enter into new market. We are still carrying out the market research. We have some places that we need to enter. Yeah, Luangwa, Fera district, where they do not grow maize. Mfue also, and some other parts of Eastern Province, so that we grow our business.
Through various trainings subs received from the Joint Empowerment Partnership, the Enterprise did not only gain technical training, but also membership in climate-smart agribusiness.
We would like to bring on new products. So we are going to do product development, not only breakfast meal, but also we'll start making porridge for the babies. Also, we are looking into acquiring new equipment for making the livestock feed for the animals, since we have our own maize bran and sunflower cake. We have the raw materials here. So what is needed is the equipment to just finish the product.
The company now employs more youths and women. It is now eyeing exports to neighboring countries.
Allow me to thank the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises Development and JICA, actually, for bringing this program because I can say we are the first intake. I'm sure such programs have been there, but we are the first in terms of having such a competitive program. So it was a competition. I participated, then we pitched our business, and we came out one of the winners, because the whole country, they picked 5 companies. So we won $20,000. Then we had a trip to Japan. It was an additional business learning trip to Japan. So I would say the trip itself is an eye-opener to us, the small and medium entrepreneurs. Because when we went to Japan, in our view, we thought having larger spaces is what can make businesses operate efficiently. But from what we saw there, actually the Japanese are using small spaces. We also learned about resilience in business. The Japanese are very resilient people. We found businesses that are as old as 150 years old. 100 years. And you ask this director, he says, I'm the 5th generation. Meaning that the business has been existing for so long, and there is consistency, resilience, perseverance, and people have been running the same type of business without changing.
In Nyimba District, the Nyimba District's Farmers Association is rethinking agribusiness, adding value to every product at their disposal. The capacity building programs conducted by the Kaizen Institute has opened up new horizons for the Nyimba Farmers Association.
After the whole program that we had with Kaizen, we got to realize to say we were operating on a loss as an enterprise. This came to light when we thought to say, if the donor pulls out, what is our stance as an association? And so we had to sit down and go through the enhancement of profitability, having the donor pulled out. And after all that, we realized to say, as an association, having donors out, we are running at a loss.
The vision of the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development is to nurture SMEs to be able to create jobs, build exports, and uplift communities across the country.
The Kaizen and the JICA and the Ministry of SME collaboration was inspired by the methodologies that we have seen work in other countries where the SME sector is concerned. So the Kaizen methodology is a methodology that the Japanese SME sector has used to groom their SMEs. Now, if you look at the training that takes up the steps that the Kaizen has, there's a lot of discipline that helps the SMEs to promote their operational of daily business, to look at resilience in terms of what comes as a challenge, and also innovation. So you need to go through those steps to understand and face such kind of challenges. And also, we were compelled to push the agenda of working with the Kaizen and JICA because of the challenges that the SMEs face in our country, which range from limited access to finance to business linkages.
Policy may shape the vision. It is the action on the ground that transforms lives. At the heart of this transformation is the Ministry of SMEs, tasked with turning bold strategies into everyday realities by extending training, mentoring, and financial tools to empower local entrepreneurs, even in Zambia's most remote communities.
We had a total of 512 applications, but out of those, at the initial stage, only 58 were coming from Eastern Province. So we decided to approach it another way so that we also have numbers from Eastern Province just to get to the 10 that we're looking for. So we sent our cooperatives, district officers, the provincial, to just share the information even with individual SMEs. We realized that Eastern Province had a challenge to access that information because it was online, connectivity issues in the province, and so on. And that's how we dealt with the issue of at least improving the numbers. So we had a few more that came through so that we could have the 10. Unfortunately, we could not reach the 10. We only ended up with 7. And I need to mention that another reason is that we focused on those in manufacturing, those adding value to natural resources. And in Eastern Province, being, I would call it a rural province also, is highly agricultural. So to get those that are in manufacturing was a bit of a challenge. But however, we managed to get 7 who went through the training process. And at the end of the day, we even managed to get one of the SMEs being amongst the 5 top who benefited from the empowerment with equipment and also a business visit to Japan.
In this joint empowerment program, the Japanese government emphasizes practical partnerships aimed at transforming entrepreneurship into viable vehicles of economic development.
JICA extended technical assistance to Kaizen Institute of Zambia for 8 years to institutionalize business development in Zambia's private sector. And this time, JICA collaborates with the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises Development, and it's a very new ministry found in 2021, reflecting the strong will of the government to develop and foster small and medium enterprises in Zambia. And it is a perfect partner for JICA to promote SME development.
The Kaizen principles are not just about business, they are about people improving systems on a daily basis.
We focus on things to do with waste reduction, cost saving, quality, and productivity improvement.
I want to convey my deepest gratitude to the ministry and JICA for bringing this project to us. It has really been an eye-opener to say we need to grow as a business. It has helped us realize to say our operations were not profitable.
The Expand Your Business course is one of the powerful courses that I've ever undertaken because it's a game changer. And as it stands, our business is operating on a well-tabulated growth plan. We know what we are going to be doing in the next 3 years from now. It's because of the 2 courses, powerful courses that we undertook.
Speaking on behalf of NOCAM, this program is a plus, and this is what is needed to other enterprises so that they can also identify their weaknesses, and together, when all of us come in the know, I think Zambia will be a better place. Zambia will be more productive. We will not have too many things that we are exporting, but instead we'll add value to it so that we can export a finished product.
As Njati, we are so appreciative for what the government has done. It's been a very good gesture coming from the government. And yeah, I feel a lot has been learned and a lot has been implemented.
From Chipata to Nyimba, a new class of SMEs is emerging, empowered, equipped, and energized. Through the Kaizen and the Joint Empowerment Program between the Ministry of SMEs and JICA, they are writing their own growth stories. They are not just improving business, they are building legacies.